There's a lot of brain power in these organizations. And the task of the leader is not to be the prophet, is to be the motivator of people to start thinking, start being creative. I once told one CEO I was working for, I said, do you know, this was an organization that needed to go through major transformation. And the CEO understood it. Some of his top executives understood it. But the rest of the organization wasn't quite sure because they were doing okay. They weren't losing money. There was no crisis. In one of my conversations to him, I said, here's how I define your role. He said, what is my role? I said, you are the Chief Dissatisfaction Officer. Your job is to figure out a way of getting your workforce, your employees, your executives, your managers to be dissatisfied with status quo. They're doing fine, but you got to figure out a way of communicating something that we could be finer, we could be better, we could do bigger. To me, one of the fantastic features of great leaders is that they make their organization better. They make their people better people. In many of my conversations, we talk about professional development. We've got to do stuff to give our labor force, employees, etc., the skills they need. And sometimes I remind people, also keep in mind, we're talking about human beings. You as leaders can create opportunities for human beings to be better human beings. Not just better engineers, not just better, more creative accountants, but better human beings. Sometimes leaders are so focused on making money or producing whatever it is, providing the service, satisfying the customer. The notion of I, as a leader, have an opportunity, and in my mind, a moral responsibility to help my workforce, my team, to become better people. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not the most objective person about this. Remember, I'm an educator. So the idea of helping people become better comes naturally to me. That's why I'm in the profession I am. But to me, that's part of the leadership. Leaders are educators. Leaders are people, as I called it, Chief Dissatisfaction Officer. Leaders are people who give license to other people, open their minds, explore, become the Indiana Jones of their industry, push themselves, try something new. Doesn't mean it always works. And that's the thing. It's not enough for a leader to say, I give you license to be creative. And the first time you make a mistake, I kick you in the butt. Well, what do you expect? It's not going to happen. So the notion that you as a leader have to engage in wishful thinking to develop the picture. You as a leader need to encourage your team, your employees to engage in wishful thinking is really very important. Now, remember what I said. Developing that picture is at the interface of realism and wishful thinking. I've seen a lot of leaders engage in 100% wishful thinking. That's just hot air. That has no roots in reality. It'll never happen. It just sounds good, makes some people feel good until the CEO gets another job and moves on. So this is really important to bring this picture and to help people gravitate and develop a picture for the organization that people can get excited about.